Manal is a Saudi pioneering artist from Tehran whose work across photography, video, sculpture, sound, and large-scale participatory work have tracked the changes that are taking place in Saudi society today.
She is committed to empowering and uplifting the voices of women with sensitivity and pride.
Manal came to us with a very clear vision for her Venice project, and our ambition has really been to help Manal realize her vision for the Venice Biennale.
She is somebody who has a great sense of responsibility to capture what is happening in her community, her society within the country of Saudi Arabia.
My artwork, Shifting Sands, A Battle Song, is inspired by a long career in art where I explored multiple themes, and all of them pour into this work today in Venice. The artwork has 3 layers. One is the participatory action, the sonic sound, and the soft sculpture. The first one, the participatory action, was basically going to 3 cities in Saudi Arabia, engaging and inviting thousands of women to come in and think about the ideas that I was presenting in this artwork and help me formulate a language through drawings, statements, and then eventually we got together and did some group humming, group singing. The second layer is the underlying sound, which is the sonic space that we create here. And this was captured in the empty quarter of Saudi Arabia, where I went with my full team to try to capture the sound of the booming or singing sand dunes. And finally, the soft sculpture, which is a form that I've worked with for many years now, and it's inspired from the Arabian desert rose. It's a crystal formation that I found right outside of my mother's home. And I've worked with it for many, many years, where I use it as a form that I inscribe on, that I address as a body.
Her work that she's participating with in the Venice Biennale is a rallying cry. It's a call for solidarity to reclaim the narratives that have marginalized Saudi women.
Over 1,000 Saudi women contributed to this work, but it goes much beyond that. It's a work that will have meanings for women around the world and audiences all over.
The heart of Manal's practice is participatory works with the community of women, locally or internationally.
But there's a lot of uncertainty in that process. When the work comes to the public realm, when it is presented, it's very much a trace of what took place in these women-only gatherings. But it's not the faint trace, it's a trace that has the power to be transformative.
This artwork really talks about stereotypes, the ideas of othering, and pushing artists, nations, and communities to the fringes. At the center of it, you will also see something that I've worked on for many years, which is participatory art, capturing a language from the community, which I have no control over. Sometimes you go into these workshops not knowing what the results are. And for this work, I was quite surprised with the drawings, the statements that were written by women across the country. And so by placing the media on the soft sculpture and layering it and sort of obscuring it almost, this is removing the power from this kind of words and language for me and for my community. And then in the center where I place the artworks of the women, the drawings, the statements, they're not obscured. They're sitting very clear, floating. And then this is where you sort of start seeing the visibility and invisibility, the presence and absence, and the language that surrounds this kind of expression. I hope that people that come through this pavilion recognize that there are voices that sometimes are not heard, and it is your responsibility in the end to find the truth within the cacophony of crazy media, representation, archives, and histories that were written.
The art history of Saudi Arabia is only being discovered now. And when we think about foreigners everywhere and what that might mean, maybe it's the idea of a new discovery in the canon of art history, and where does Saudi Arabia sit within that?
Manal has been working for so many years, and this is a perfect opportunity for her and a big responsibility to bring these voices to the forefront.
Exhibiting within the context of this current Biennale, Foreigners Everywhere, really shows how her work contributes to a conversation around othering and belonging and empowerment.
This city has such a deep, deep history. You know, you try to leave a mark, and most humans in this world will try to leave a mark, whether to scratch it on a rock, like in Al-Ula, or to graffiti it on a wall. But human instinct is to leave a mark. And I hope that I can leave a mark here in the city, but if not, then so be it. Venice doesn't want this mark and it erases it. And I'm happy to sit in this space of maybe I'll be remembered, maybe not.